Welcome back to Whole Lotta with your host Nathan and
Justin. We're not in my apartment. We're in my car. But we're still filming. We started once, so now we're just going to keep going. Today we will be... Man, I was going to say a really bad joke. I'm not going to say it. Today we're just going to do our typical stuff. We got some stuff that we're going to try this time in a much more cramped space and a couple cool topics to talk about. Let's get into it.
so we just saw a movie. We saw the Musume movie, Beginning of a New Era.
Yeah.
That was my third time seeing it.
Yeah.
That was Justin's first time. How did you enjoy it?
Well, for context, if you don't know what that is, it's the anime horsewomen who've been taking over the world recently.
The global release of the game came out, I think, July 2025, and it's been gaining popularity since then.
Absurd popularity. Also, for context, Nathan, I don't know how much of the show you've seen, but I know you played the game. I barely played the game, and I haven't seen anything else outside of this movie.
I've seen everything.
Okay, so you're pretty involved. Outside of that, though, I loved it. I thought it was really good. I didn't really know what to expect going into this because, well, it's something that I'm not
It's
really...
kind of a crazy concept.
Yeah, it's a
too,
crazy concept, definitely.
Real life verses, but then they turn them into anime, but then anime verse rules on top of everything. And it works way better than you would expect it to. Because I heard it was good, but then I spent years not even watching the anime.
The anime came out way before the game.
Yes. And they were supposed to release simultaneously, but then some stuff happened with the game that delayed it. But anyways, then I saw season 1, Uro Musume. I was like, oh, I guess I'll try the game, and just been playing it ever since. Because they do a good job of trying to stay accurate to what happened with the horses in real life.
Oh, okay.
too.
That's cool.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so the horses in the movie Jungle Pocket, Agnes Tachyon, they were real horses. Agnes Tachyon, the injury was also real.
Oh, okay.
So yeah,
I had no idea. I knew they were based on real horses, but I didn't know they were also based on what actually happened to them.
yeah,
That's cool.
A little loosely, but they do get very accurate in their adaptation of it.
Okay.
Like personality and stuff too. Like the screaming after that one race was real. That actually happened.
Really?
The horse was just screaming, yelling.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I had no idea. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, like once you get into it and then you find out exactly like, oh, so this actually happened and then this one actually happened too. And then it's like, that's like a whole next level. Because I always thought, like, when I watched like a spurt, I'm like, man, spurts is like good material for an anime because of just how unpredictable it is.
That's why I feel like I feel like there's not a lot, but when they make them, they're pretty well regarded.
Yes. Yeah. So that's why someone just took the idea and did it with horses. So how did you feel about the film itself?
I would say as a animated film, it was pretty well made.
Yeah, well animated.
Yeah, extremely well animation. The quality was very good. Great sound effects. That's something that we were talking about.
So they just used like all the cool sound effects at the right time.
Yes.
Had a good soundtrack for when they needed it.
Yeah, I mean everything, all the emotional points hit when they needed to. None of them fell flat. There wasn't really any pacing issues.
It was well paced. Justin got nervous about halfway through the film.
I did, because halfway through the film, it hits a climax that looks like it would be the end of a film. And then for the remainder of the film, I was just sitting there in perpetual fear, as if it's just going to cut to black. Like, you've won me over. I'm invested in this story. I want to see it end here. I don't want to come back. I want to see the ending. So I was just sitting there for the latter half of the film, freaking out internally. It's just going to cut to black and be like, to be continued, or some bullshit like that. But thankfully, that did not happen. And at some point towards the end, I was able to stop freaking out and be like, all right, the movie's going to finish. Thank God. But that's not a pacing thing. That's just it was a personal thing.
Yeah, that's one of the things I like about side games is I like how they do it, because especially in the original anime series, they didn't leave it on cliffhangers. I think ever.
Good.
Pretty much they take an episode, they'll build it up for a race, and instead of being like, all right, come in next week for the race, they'll put the race at the end, and then makes the race feel a lot better too.
Yeah.
So like some anime that's like a fight anime, they hype up the fight. It's in the next episode, they show like 3 minutes of the fight, and then cut away to different characters to build up their fight too.
Initial D did that a lot, especially in the later seasons. It was constantly like talking. The race is gonna happen, but in the next episode, I don't really recall if MF Ghost is doing that because there's a lot more racing happening.
The MF Ghost, the way that works is getting a little off topic, but the way that works, it's like the whole season almost, or half the season.
Like a race.
It basically just covers one race.
Kind of like that.
Yeah, it kind of.
It justifies
really
cliffhangers more.
Cliffhanger, yeah.
Any cliffhangers that they put, it's more justified because it's not like, oh, the thing's gonna happen next time. It's like, shit is already happening.
Yeah, it's like you're in stuff, but then they're trying to be like, oh, look, this is supposed to be a tough corner.
Yeah.
And
that's fine. Anyway, back to the horses.
Are you invested to play the game now?
I mean, I've been meaning to try it ever since you showed it to me back whenever that was. We were in a Chick-fil-A. Why were we in a Chick-fil-A?
You were going back home from vacation.
Yeah, okay. Yes. Yeah, I want to try it. I don't think I'll be spending any money on it anytime soon.
Yeah, luckily, it's not too bad. I did spend money on it once, because they did like a Christmas pack or something. But so far, I've done pretty well for myself without spending money.
Yeah.
The biggest thing is the biggest PvP event, I would say, it's pretty optional. You really don't have to do it. If you win it, you get pretty good rewards. Otherwise, you can kind of wing it and get decent rewards from it.
Okay.
But even then, I've done well for that without really spending money on the game.
Yeah.
And you really don't have to spend a ton of money on the game to be successful. The biggest thing is if you can have the time and then like kind of the RNG to go with it to get a good horse for the races and stuff.
Sure. Yeah, no, I do. I want to play it. I just haven't because of life and those other games that are taking up my time. But I'll definitely try and give it a shot now. And really, the only other thing I can say on this topic, without spinning tire, to be a little rude. So the first 20 minutes was a weird feeling for me. I love anime. I love its oddities. I'm familiar with its questionable tropes at times that maybe normal people wouldn't be cool with. That doesn't bother me. This weird concept also doesn't bother me. But I won't lie, for the first 20 minutes when I was sitting in the theater, I'm not attached to this. Well, I guess now I am to an extent, but I'm not prior attached to this series at all. Like, I don't know much, if anything, about it. So I was sitting there, I was like thinking, like, damn, dude, like, this was before the movie really started picking up steam. Like, it just started and not much was happening, and I don't know what's going on yet. I was just sitting there like, damn, like, I'm really out here in real life in a theater with other people watching a movie about anime horse girls. Ooh, what am I doing? And it also didn't help that, like, this part where it's gonna be rude, I'm sorry, everyone else in the theater was fucking weird. I'm sorry, they were weird people. The people you think would go to an anime movie, that was them. And no hate towards them. I'm not hating. I'm also a freak, but not as outwardly as these kind ladies and gentlemen were. They were weird people. So that, plus just the weird concept, really made me question reality for a moment. I was like, what am I doing here? But then the movie started to pick up, and I'm like, I don't care. This is fantastic.
It is. It's just overall a good movie.
Very good movie.
I think all of their animated works are very good, and a lot of the songs they make are done well as well. They
Yeah, soundtrack was great.
Yeah, they seem to take care of the voice actors pretty well too.
Good.
I don't know how other games do it really, but it seems like from what I've seen, like if you get a job for Uma Musume, you're like set.
That's cool.
Like you're hooked.
That's
'Cause
cool.
they'll keep bringing you back to do the new songs and stuff like that.
That's
And
cool.
if they reiterate your character, yeah, it's just more work.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I guess one more thing I'll give it, outside of the fact that me and Nathan were the most normal looking people in that theater, which is, that's saying something, because we're not normal, but like, man, we were the most normal looking people. It was crazy. Outside of that, I will give praise to the movie one last time. It kept the fan service at a minimum. That was something I was really worried about. Trust me, I love my anime boobies and butts, but again, like, it would just feel a little weird just being there in a theater surrounded by people, seeing that. I don't know, just in this context, because of the whole freaky combination of horse and women.
Yeah.
So I'm personally happy that they kept, also it would have just distracted from the really good story. I'm very happy that they kept it to a
I gotta
minimum.
say, I mean, it's about horse racing. I don't really know how much fan service you were expecting.
Well, you know, it's cute anime women. They can always do it. And I mean, they still did. There was a
Horses, bro.
they had a bathroom scene, dude. They had the titular bath scene. And it could have been a lot worse, and it was only like 10 seconds in length, but it was still there. So I rest my case. I'm glad there was minimal horse. They're not women, they're horses. Fan service. Yeah, it was cool. I'm glad. Again, I don't care about fan service. I like my boobies and my butts, but in this case, I'm very happy that it was just focused on a really excellent story.
Yeah.
And you know, I felt inspired towards the end. Her, spoiler alert, breaking through her mental roadblocks. I was like, I like that.
Yeah, it was fulfilling.
It was very fulfilling.
It was really
It felt
full.
nice, made me feel warm.
To see the road of the character, the highs and the lows, the mental toughness of athletes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's nice to watch this and then get reminded of my athletic days a little bit. It's fun.
I can't relate, but you can.
Yeah.
Nathan used to be a Olympic shot put back in.
Then I put the shot through my knee.
Yeah, and it's never been the same since. Well, I guess we'll round it up with final thoughts. What did you think? Obviously, you've seen it 3 times. You like it.
Yeah, it's good. It's enjoyable. I want more Uma Musume content. I actually didn't even know they were doing this because I just happened to watch it a second time because I want to like refresher, kind of see some of the scenes, notice something this time I didn't before. Then I think it was like a day or 2 afterwards I saw the trailer come up where they said, "Hey, we're now taking this movie and just putting it in movie theaters," and I was like, I could have waited for that if I had known, but
you didn't.
whatever. I'll go see it again, I guess. Then I also wanted to see it again in theaters specifically, because again of the sound design, they really do have like some pretty great sound effects that really can hook your attention, especially in the theater with the surround sound and everything.
I agree, and the sound effects and the animation, I don't know what to call it, the seasoning was not overdone. Everything was just a perfect amount, because sometimes in like fight scenes or climax scenes in anime, it could just be like visual vomit or auditory vomit. It's like, I don't know what I'm looking at or hearing. There's just scribbles on my screen. I can't fathom what I'm looking at. Never once did I ever feel that way. Everything was just the right amount.
Purpose.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just the right amount. Yeah, it was great. That's really all I can say.
I can't say this. It's from Doncha. I got it at the mall. Creme brulee, strawberry latte. I try to get something Justin would also like. But yeah, it's pretty good.
So our theme here is snacks that you would typically either only find in a mall were like, usually abundant in a mall. And
Like mall snacks that you might pick up when you go to the mall.
yes, like pretzels. And stuff
Apparently
like that.
boba tea.
Yes.
I guess a lot of people would get that when they go to a mall.
Yeah, I guess.
This one's again from Gongcha, the one we got.
I feel like they're in.
I forget how much this was.
It was like $8.
Well, yeah, I guess with tax, I think it still came up around $7.50 ish.
Okay, let me give it a shot. Remove your straw.
Hopefully this doesn't make a mess.
Hold on, I didn't get a ball.
There's no balls in this
Oh,
one.
there's no ball. Okay.
Yeah, so this one doesn't have the boba. It's just ice. It's good, right? It's like nice and syrupy, pretty sweet.
It's like if you took yogurt and put like sweetener in it.
Oh yeah,
It's good.
I think it might be just a tad too sweet, but it's
Try to mix it up.
not anything really worth complaining about. I would say.
No.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. I'm
Yeah,
gonna have to put it at
it
number
was
one.
good. Yeah, I think I'll put that number one
I don't have a
as well
choice.
for now.
What do we have next?
I think personally for me a mall classic is the Auntie Anne's pretzel.
Or Wetzel's pretzels, depending on your
I've
mall.
never had
It's the same thing, I think, at least. Classic butter pretzel, their
Original
original.
one. Yeah, OG.
This is the first time the people in Frankfurt, Germany, because no one else listens to our show or watches it now, we get to see us actually eat
Oh yeah.
or drink or try rather, because I didn't include that in the last one. I even forgot to put the pictures of the pizza. I'm like, I'll
Oh,
put the
geez.
pictures, and I never did. I forgot.
We had napkins in here before, but
I have some in my glove compartment.
can't go wrong with that.
No, it's incredible. They are always delicious. Good hot or cold.
They are a lot more expensive than they used to be. I feel like this
Everything was more money than I was expecting.
was like $8 or something like that.
Jesus.
Yeah, for one price one, they're not as big as they used to be.
Do you mind if I take another sip? We don't have anything else to drink. It's kind of dry.
I think I would put it at number one though, for like as a mall snack. This is usually what I end up getting. But I usually get like a lemonade with it too, because I like their
Yeah, they have good lemonade.
I enjoy it.
I will also put this at number one because I'm a huge pretzel guy.
I
And you
did
can't
not
go
know
wrong with
that.
Annie Ann's pretzels. All right, what's next?
That's something easy. What was it called?
Ginny's Cookies. Yeah. I've only ever seen them at a mall. So we got their bucket of their mini chocolate chip cookies. They have a wide variety of cookies. This cost me like $11 after tax, so it's a lot, but
It's not bad.
you get a decent amount of cookies.
Yeah.
And if I remember correctly, they taste pretty good.
They do. Is that nice, fresh, baked taste?
Mm-hmm. The chocolate chips are very sweet and flavorful.
Mm-hmm.
I think it must be milk chocolate. I hate when people use dark chocolate chips and you get that bitter chocolate taste in between your sweet cookie. It ruins it for me. But this? Yeah, great. I've never really had too much of a problem with anything from Ginny's.
Yeah.
Um,
Is that just a mall thing, or?
I've never seen them anywhere else. So
Okay.
maybe. I can only think of them in a mall. I don't know. But I think that's a tough one. I think I might like my chocolate chip cookies more than I like my pretzels.
Well, for me, I'm putting it at number two, because as a mall snack, I don't really gravitate towards cookies that often. I want
All right.
to bite at the mall.
Yeah, I'll agree. I do gravitate towards cookies because I am a fiend for cookies, but I feel like more often than not I'd probably end up getting a pretzel.
Yeah.
So I'll keep that at number one. I'll keep the sorry, excuse me.
First,
Oh, there we go. I'll keep the cookies at number two.
by accident, I think that's kind of weird. 'Cause that was a really good cookie, so taste-wise, I want to put it at two. I guess I would be more likely to get the latte drink thing instead as I'm walking around the mall.
Okay.
So I might put that at number 2, actually.
Okay.
Cookies at 3.
All right. Then
Just because, again, I like cookies. But I feel like I would only buy if I plan to take it home for like snacks at the house as opposed to like the mall.
I mean, that's fair. The only other times I've ever had this bucket, we've usually taken it home.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep it at number 2, though.
I think that's a fair one because it would be pretty easy to walk around. It's still,
Yeah, I could
or
definitely.
just sit down and
munch on these.
it real fast.
It might not be
If
the
you have
first
to
thing that
share it
comes
with
to
a
mind,
group too.
but yeah. Excuse me. All right. Last but not least.
Actually, I'll just take this one out.
Yes. So it's the Cinnabon. It is the center of the roll.
Like Cinnabon's a pretty classic mall go-to.
Very classic. This in my pouch. Want the first one?
Oh, you can go for it.
Sure.
Open this. Yeah.
All right.
Which one exactly was this one again, Justin?
The center of the roll. It's costing me about like $6, which is a little bit more than I remember. I remember paying like $4 or $5 for the last one. But this is, like the quote unquote best part of the Cinnabon in a cup. I think normally I wouldn't consider a Cinnabon like a mall snack, even though you can only get them in a mall.
Usually I would.
Yeah.
That's usually where I see it is the mall.
Usually I wouldn't eat a whole ass Cinnabon in the food court. I can't really recall the last time I've done that. Usually I take it home. But this, perfect mall snack. You good? I'm literally going to eat the rest of this.
That's
Sure?
fine.
All right. So, you couldn't tell by my gluttonous nature. This is number 1. I love Cinnabons in pretty much every form that they have.
Yeah, it's Cinnabon. I feel like it. Maybe it wasn't always, but anymore I feel like it's like Annie Ann's and Cinnabons are the 2 things I see at malls anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think I'll put it at number 2 though. Just this one didn't have like the full Cinnabon icing
That's fair.
that I'm used to.
Icing.
Yeah, I think if it did, maybe, but
That's fair. This was literally the last one left, so
yeah,
they just didn't put enough.
it was good though. So your final list was
Cinnabon, pretzel, cookies 3, drink 4. I really like the drink. It's just I never get milk tea. I never get bubble tea.
I enjoyed everything.
Everything was great.
all good. Yeah, great. But I'll keep pretzel at 1 because that's all. Out of all these things, it's really the only one I ever consistently get as a mall snack.
Yep.
So pretzel, then the Cinnabon, then the drink, and then the cookies. I don't know if I ever really got cookies as a mall snack.
That's fair. They've definitely cookie shops have definitely existed way into our childhood in malls.
Yes. Yeah.
But usually, every time I would go up to it, I would never. Usually, I would never have a cookie in the mall. Sometimes there was this place in a mall that I don't want to reveal the name of because of the location. I'll just say it and bleep it out. I don't remember the name of the cookie spot, but
The company was called the Great American Cookies. I actually found this out shortly before editing this. So, yeah.
it was fucking delicious. It was just a small little stand, and they offered like cookie cakes and cookie cake slices. I would always get a slice whenever I was in that mall, and I'd eat it in the food court, and that's where I'd always get my birthday cakes for like 5-6 years until they went out of business. It was incredible. So I guess in that regard, that was probably the only times I ever ate like a cookie in the mall, was getting a slice of cake and devouring it. But usually, I don't normally go for cookies. I'll take them home if I'm at the mall.
I think the other thing with the cookies is outside of mall snack, one reason I might not get food is because, well, snack is because I get like an actual meal from the mall instead.
Yeah.
So then maybe I'll get some type of dessert with that, and that kind of
Yes.
bumps off the cookie as well.
That's
a little
fair.
bit.
It's understandable. What was your final list? Oh no, you already did it. Never mind. Okay, then yeah, I guess we can move on. What are we moving on to?
Talking about video games.
What a surprise! Yeah,
Yeah.
what a shock. Specifically, I think this is a conversation that we've had in the past, and it'll probably be, unfortunately, a conversation we continue to have in the future. The current state of things. It's we're in a strange spot. We're in a strange spot the last time we talked about it, and I'm pretty sure we probably talked about it once before that too, and I'm sure whenever we bring it up again in the future, it'll still be a strange spot. So there's a lot of weird stuff happening, as per usual. Things that I'm noticing is there's still an over-reliance on battle passes.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem as prominent to me. Maybe that's just because I've been glazed over. You know, I'm just used to it.
Yeah, I feel like it hasn't been as much of a topic
Yeah.
recently. The battle passes, at least it hasn't been talked about.
No.
Because the games that would do a battle pass, they just haven't really been taken off
Yeah.
lately.
Yeah, that's probably why. So there's that. There's the ever-growing disparity between the absolutely plummeting AAA industry and the indie industry.
Yes.
I mean, like at this point, if you actually want like a quality game, chances are you're,
You're looking for indie games instead now.
which is crazy. That's wild. I mean, I'm happy for independent developers, but like it should be both.
Yeah, AAA should
Still be
have
AAA.
its place on the shelf
Yeah.
still.
Just like the Hollywood blockbuster. If I want to spend $60 for an extremely polished, albeit, corporate experience, I should be able to do that. But I
Yeah.
can't, because most of the time it's butt.
Yeah, it just doesn't work is one thing.
That's still an issue.
They're kind of just missing something, like the lack of content is another thing. Like when you play a multiplayer game, it just lacks maps until a DLC comes out.
Yep.
Like the game comes out and it has 4 maps. DLC comes out and 6 maps for that though.
Yep.
So yeah.
Yeah, I think that's another thing we could talk about. There is a slight epidemic of like failing post-launch support for games, and the biggest one I can think of is Battlefield 6. They're supporting the game, but I mean, like they've lost, at least on PC, like 60-70% of the player base. It took them a while to roll out updates, and I'm not sure. I haven't played it in a minute. I've been meaning to continue, but again, other games have taken up my time. I don't know if people are like super happy with what they've been putting out, and I just know it's been a little slow for a game of that size too. And there's still like some huge issues that's another thing. It's got to be purposeful. Like turning a blind eye to things that objectively should be changed in a clear manner. Like this is how it is now, and this is the objective solution. Like there's no arguing about it. This is how it needs to change. And they're just like, anyway, and they just ignore it. i.e. Battlefield, they have this incredible, I guess, map making technology, and there's not a proper like fucking experience browser. It's still this weird busted like bullshit. It sucks. There's not a proper server browser or experience browser, kind of like what Fortnite has. And even that, I remember, took way longer than it should have to come into the game, where it was like you could search by category, you could just type in the name of an island. That took way too long, but it's here now, and it's great. It's everything I wanted it to be years ago when I wanted it. I don't know why games continue to keep putting out like really good creative tools, and then they don't give you the opportunity to like seek out what people have made.
Yeah, I always found that weird too, and they let you make maps or something, but then
Have a pretzel.
they set it up like a really hard way to find the
Yeah.
good ones.
Hot Wheels Unleashed. had that
Oh
problem.
yeah, they had no
Nothing. No
support
searching.
for map finding. You had to. I don't even think you could play the map you made.
No.
Yeah, you just had to hope to see it. or
And
something.
rotation. That was literally
Yeah.
the only. I can't say about the sequel, but the first game, the only way was going in the multiplayer, and you could vote for maps. Hopefully, it popped up the map you wanted. If not, that was it. There's no way to find experiences. What?
I don't know. It's so weird to me.
Especially games that are built around this creativity. I don't get it.
Yeah.
So that's just one example of like turning a blind eye. There's so many other examples, but that's definitely an issue. And I think like I don't know if this is necessarily an issue, but like scope creep and unrealistic expectations, I think is something that'll always kind of just permeate the air, especially ever since Cyberpunk. I mean, let's look at Grand Theft Auto. I'm sure it will meet the expectations. I have no doubt about that.
I hope
But they
it
keep pushing
meets
it back.
my expectations. 'Cause
Pushing
I
it back.
really am expecting it to be bad. I'm not expecting it to be good at all.
Really?
Yeah. It's just something like if it's taking this long, like I just don't really have a whole lot of faith that it's gonna come out and be a good game.
That's another issue. You know, back in like 15 years ago, if a developer was like, guys, we need like 5 more years, you'd be like, oh, dude, this is going to be incredible. And now that just means essentially, we're going to stick our thumbs up our asses for 5 more years and give you dog shit.
Yeah, Band-Aid patches and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
So my expectations are pretty low for GTA, which will hopefully help me enjoy the game more. But yeah.
Hopefully. Well, I sure hope so, because you're going to be stuck with this game for, I assume, at minimum,
Yeah.
20 years.
Long enough for Rockstar to go through what other companies have, where they had such tremendous employee changeover. It's now like a parasite walking around the crypts of the old company,
Yep.
using the company's good faith to try and garner fan support to stay afloat, which then ends up in the company inevitably closing down because it's just it's not the company. Same name, just not the same company though.
No, that's a lot of the big
Like
companies.
what happened
nowadays.
with the company that did the other was the GTA Saints Row. I saw somebody Saints
yeah.
Row's that company went out of business. I saw somebody say that was sad and it shouldn't have happened. At the same time, it's like, well, you look who's working on the game. It's not the same company. It's
Completely different.
likely to be inevitable. If somebody else wants to make a GTA clone game, they can do it. I mean, why not?
Yeah, of course. Excuse me. Yeah, there's a lot of companies that are like that, or have existed for so long and have seen a complete regime change, and it's like Bungie.
Yeah, Bungie right now, because what they are doing Marathon, right? Or was it ex-Bungie devs?
No, it's Bungie.
Current Bungie is doing Marathon. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to Marathon.
Yeah, I don't particularly
I don't-
care.
Particularly like the art style in the game. I saw some people try and defend it. I'm not saying nobody's gonna like it. It's just not great.
Sure.
It seems very
What was a stolen thing too, which was shit.
yeah. It's the stolen thing, which I won't blame on the company themselves just because they had one shitty art guy in there that thought, oh, let me just steal shit to meet my quotas or whatever.
Yeah.
So I won't blame Bungie personally too much for that, because again, it could just be just one guy thought he'd get away with something or whatever.
Sure.
But again, I don't care much for this art style. It just seems a little basic. Doesn't feel like it's coming from what I would expect to be like a AAA game level type of quality.
Yeah.
Either.
It's weird because I mean, I've barely seen any gameplay. I like the art style, but how do I like put this in the words?
It's like their execution.
The
of it.
execution of it. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like I love the colors, I love the aesthetic, I love the way things
It
look on
uses-
paper,
that's
but in
one of the
practice.
things for me. It's like I like the aesthetic usually, but just the way they've used it,
It's not the
it's
best.
just not working.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's just I don't know. Usually I like this weird line
Yeah.
symbol type of stuff.
Same.
I don't know, the execution of it, the art director's just not good at the job, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I guess. I don't really know what else it would be. Yeah, it's weird.
I don't know too much to say about the gameplay because I've seen a little bit,
Same. I've only seen a
but
little bit.
I've not seen enough of a consecutive viewing of gameplay to really get a good feel for it. I could probably go into the beta. I think right now the beta's not too hard to get into,
You wouldn't mind if it's free.
but
I wouldn't mind trying it, but I don't want to buy it.
yeah, I don't want to spend $40 for this game.
No. Now, granted, I
Um,
did say that with Ark, and I bought Ark, and I liked Ark, so the same thing could happen. But I don't know. There's just
Yeah. As we were saying, Arc Raiders, they at least had their robots were cool.
now that's the
I
hook.
guess. Yeah, they had a good hook, a good draw to the game.
Yeah.
But even Arc Raiders, I wasn't a huge fan of, just because. And I think Marathon kind of has the same issue where the looting just doesn't seem satisfying enough for an extractor. It seems very much just up, you're in, you're out. Yeah, you got something you needed for quest, but there's not like that loot you find and it's like, oh god, look at this thing I got. I got the big kahuna.
I mean, that's fair. I don't normally play extraction shooters, so I don't have much to compare it. And I do find the looting exciting in Arc Raiders, but I see what you're saying. There is no, I don't want to say no, but there's not a lot of loot outside of loot that you need directly for a quest or a blueprint to build something. Something that serves you directly. There's no like, whoa, holy fuck, I found cool, fancy, rare, shiny item that not a lot of people have that does something crazy that isn't used in crafting, or I found a crazy fucking cosmetic, or just an item that's worth so much money that its sole purpose is to sell.
And then for that money to have meaning and purpose as well.
Yeah, there's not like too much out after you upgrade your stash in that game. The only thing you really do with your money is the expedition, if that's something that you're into. You don't ever buy stuff from the traders because it's usually never worth it. So yeah, the money in that game is meaningless, kinda.
Yeah. This just doesn't have like the best end game for an extractor. I would
No,
say.
the end game is solely reliant off of its core gameplay loop, which is great. It plays wonderfully, but you know, for some people that's not enough, and for some people they want more. I get that. That's fine. But yeah, Marathon doesn't seem like it does anything particularly different or interesting or exciting outside of a coat of paint that doesn't seem to work. We'll see.
Other than that, there's hero shooters and how anytime a new hero shooter gets shown, it seems pretty much dead as soon as it gets shown, I would say.
People are sick. They've been sick of hero shooters. I mean, I remember talking about this in a past episode. I could be crazy in remembering the past wrong, but I vividly remember a time when Overwatch came out, and then of course they changed the entire industry, and everything had to be a hero shooter. And then that lasted for like 3 or 4 years, and then it died. Hero shooters fucking died. And then one morning I woke up, they're back! They were back, guys! And then everything's a fucking hero shooter. Again, we're going through this again. This is the second time. And it feels like it's slowly, we're getting to the end, because now every time there's a hero shooter or anything that resembles a hero shooter, people are, you know, they just
Immediately
hate it.
falling dead on arrival.
So I'm hoping that when this second round, I can't believe it's back. I don't understand that. This second round of this trend dies, it's dead. Like, I'm, you know, Overwatch can stay, Marvel Rivals can stay, but like, let's stop making every other game.
Yeah, not everything needs to be a
No.
hero-based game.
No.
You can't just have abilities without linking it to a hero. Like, oh,
Yes.
if you want to play with this ability, you have to play this character. You can't,
No.
you can't just create characters,
No.
show you the characters, and then you use that with whatever kit and have it be
Player
like
expression is
whatever.
at an all-time low, which I
Yeah.
guess is another problem with the gaming industry. There's not a lot of room for player expression in most games, and the few games that do offer player expression fall into, it's such a tightrope to walk. I'm not a game developer, so I'm speaking out of my ass here. I feel like player expression is such a tightrope to walk to get right, because usually it falls into one of two failed camps. The first camp being there's definitely room for you to do stuff, but not too many people are doing it. Not too many people know what to do. So there's only a select few people that know what to do, and it's like, Jesus, I don't want you in my lobby. Holy fuck.
Yeah.
Then there's the other camp of there is a clear path for skill expression, but it's so wildly annoying, like building, that everyone and their mother fucking hates it. And you have to redo your entire game and rip out the portion of the game that was half of the identity. It falls into one of those two camps. Whereas Titanfall 2, there is a clear path. A lot of people are exploring that path, and getting good at it does not necessarily mean it's so fucking annoying you don't want to play the game.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm playing that game and I see someone bunny hopping at 5,000 miles an hour around the map and they slant me in the head, yeah, I'll be upset, but like at the end of the day, like, okay, like, you did it. Like, that's cool. I could definitely learn. It's something achievable. That's crazy that you pulled it off, and it doesn't make me not want to continue to play the game.
Yeah.
Player expression is a very fine line to walk, and I don't know. A lot of games don't pull it off, or they just don't have it. Most games just don't have it.
Yeah.
And that's why you see fucking people in like Warzone, you know, popping stims and bunny hopping and sliding on it. Dude, the kids yearn for movement shooters. Just like, bring Quake back. Let those people
Yeah,
play Quake.
Yeah.
It would be crazy. It's like, stop like giving us these like fucking things, these games where that type of gameplay should not be allowed and people still find a way to do it. That's stupid. Like, if Call of Duty is gonna let you do this weird fucking movement tech, then make a game based around that movement tech. Don't make Call of Duty. Give the people what they want. Oh.
Yeah, it's, I don't know, it's weird.
It is. That is very weird.
Yeah.
There's not enough player expression, or not channeled correctly, I guess. Whatever. I'm going to talk about that forever. Yeah, it's a strange state. It's always a strange state. I don't know if it's getting better. I really don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Not really.
No, not particularly, especially with the whole technology price increase because of AI. I don't know how that's going to affect software, but I mean, it's certainly affected hardware really bad. So, yeah, we live in weird times. Every day that continues is another strange day. I mean, Jeffrey Epstein fucking invented COD points. So at this point, dude, we're fucked. Everything is so fucking weird. I don't know. Gaming's in a strange spot. It will teeter eventually back. I think there'll be another great crash of 80 something when the video game industry fucking went into the toilet. I do think we're due for that, and it's going to happen again. When that happens, I don't really know. But what I will say for sure, and the last thing that I can really say is, I hope you realize that by the time Grand Theft Auto 7 comes out, unironically, we will be in our 50s and 60s. Genuinely. That's not even a joke. Think about that. We will be 50 to 60 years old.
Yeah, about. Yeah.
That's fucked. That's fucking crazy.
That is a little weird.
I hate that. It skeeves me out, but it's the truth.
Yeah, I could try and jump to release a little earlier. It's possible.
Yeah, could you make it so I'm like 45? Not 50? Oh, that's so weird to think about, but it's the truth. I'm telling you, 20 years minimum. What, GTA 5 was like, 13, 14 years now?
I think so.
Yeah, they're going to do 20 years
15.
minimum. Easy for 6. There's no way. They're not going to try and milk this for 2 decades. No way. Of course they are. Well, that's all I got.
Yeah, I got nothing else.
Okay.
All right, thanks for watching.
Yeah, thanks for watching. We'll catch you whenever we make another one, where our schedule's been not that great, but it is what it is. Yeah, have a good one, and we'll see you later.
Yeah, peace out.
Peace.